Hi guys, my name is Emma, and in this video I wanted to go over some of the reasons why I chose a women's college, as well as why you should consider one as well if you're applying. In my previous videos I talked about the stats and essays that got me into UCLA. However, I will not be attending those schools due to many other reasons, but mainly financial and location. I thought this would be a good opportunity to kind of encourage a lot of girls who are applying to school to consider a women's college, since I personally wasn't considering one that strongly until I got into one, and it ended up being where I'm going. So I know a lot of people may overlook the idea of going to a women's college as well as not consider it, but I hope this video changes your mind a little bit and also opens your eyes to a different perspective that you might not have seen before. So firstly, I wanted to talk about picking a women's school. Surprisingly, there are a lot of women's colleges throughout the country, so geographically it shouldn't really be an issue. The most notable women's colleges, I will say, are located in the northeast of America by the 13 colonies. You may have heard of the 7 sister schools, which are Barnard, Wellesley, Smith, which is where I'm going, Bryn Mawr, and Holyoke. That isn't to say that there aren't any in other areas of the country. If you are interested in going to a school that's in the South, there are women's colleges such as Agnes Scott and Spelman. There are also women's colleges in California like Scripps. Also, while you're looking at colleges, if you are interested in attending a school that's for women of color or a predominant background, there are women's schools like that. The most notable one I can think of is Spelman, which is not only a historically women's college, but also a historically black college, which may be of interest to you if affinity groups and affinity associations are really important to you. When applying, I think it's also important to note that a lot of these schools may not have an application fee, which might be important to you if finances are tight, or if you just are simply looking to save a couple $100s, because we all know how expensive those applications get. Yeah, personally, Smith, my school, didn't have an application fee. They didn't even have application supplements. Also, Wellesley, I know, doesn't have an application fee, so that might be important to you. I also wanted to touch on scholarship partnerships. A lot of women's schools partner with programs like Questbridge, which, if you match or become a finalist, might be really important to you because then you can go there for free, which is really great. These schools also have partnerships with groups like the Posse Foundation, which if you're from New York, I think you can, or I don't think it's just New York actually, partners with Smith. I don't know what other schools off the top of my head, but you can check that out. I also wanted to mention that if you're looking into schools that do offer merit aid, a women's college is a really great option. One of the reasons I chose Smith was because I got merit aid, which means regardless of your financial background, you're eligible to receive extra money. So I received the Stride Scholarship, which is, I think, don't quote me, I don't even remember. I think it's around $20,000 a year deducted off of whatever your cost is. This includes financial aid. So, for example, if you're paying $40,000 a year for college, with the financial aid, they take off an extra $20,000. So it's not applied as financial aid, if that makes sense. It also pairs me with a research program at the school, which allows me to start doing research as a freshman while receiving a work stipend, so I don't need to get a part-time job, which is really great. Thank you, Smith. I love you. But I know schools like Holyoke and Scripps offer merit aid as well. These schools can be a really great option to you if you're really looking to save money, as well as just cut a couple $1,000s off of your total bill. So now I want to address some of the reasons why I think you should really consider attending a women's college, as well as the other benefits that a lot of people are unaware of. For starters, despite the different range of student body size, all of the schools offer a very close-knit community with opportunities to explore elsewhere. All of the schools offer a really close-knit community, which is very empowering. I know at Smith, everybody is very supportive of each other's endeavors, as well as their academic growth. The faculty are all very supportive and willing to help out, answer questions, sit for office hours, etc. It's also a lot easier to get personalized attention. This is one of the big factors I considered when I picked Smith over UCLA. Smith is not a large school by any means, and while some people might not want a medium or smaller sized school, what it does offer is really good opportunities to forge connections with your professors, your club advisors, your academic advisors, etc. And if you're someone who tends to be shyer or a little bit anxious about social situations, a women's school is really great for that. Everybody is extremely friendly and welcoming, and it's easier to make one-on-one connections versus at a school that's huge like UCLA, which has like 40,000 people per grade. And while it might seem really small if your class is only 1,000 kids, 1,500 kids, just note that you don't know most of these kids entering college anyways. Like, you might know like 5 at most, but you probably won't know the other 1,000. So I really don't think that is, at least in my opinion, a big deal. You're gonna make friends and meet new people no matter what, so the size of the student body is not really like that big of a change unless like you go to a school with like 60 kids per class. I also think women's colleges are good if you are LGBTQ plus identifying. A lot of my friends going to Smith are completely straight. Some of them are gay. These campuses are really friendly and welcoming to people of all different backgrounds and identifications, and I think if you want an open place, it's a really great choice. It doesn't really affect the social scene you're looking for unless you're conservative and homophobic, then that's not even a college issue, that's just a you issue. Alumni connections are really great at these schools, and it's all about women supporting women, right? So I know that's another reason I picked Smith, which is that the alumni connections are really strong and feel very personal. From all the people I've talked to, all of the teachers, and like any Smithy I've met, they are very willing to help out and willing to support you, whether it's for your career, whether it's picking out courses, whether it's joining a club. Everybody is really friendly, and they will do what they can to help you get that job, to help you get that internship, to help you learn what you want to learn. I think in terms of career prospects, getting a job, this is super important because you want people who are willing to get to know you, willing to connect, and willing to go out of their way for you. In general though, the women's school connection is just really good for like having a support system in general. I know when I visited I know when I visited Smith after I got admitted, me and my current roommate, well, this is my room, but my soon-to-be roommate, were walking and we wanted to see the building that had a lot of the science and math classes, and we ran into two students who were walking back from a late night study session, and they saw us looking lost and confused, and they offered to help us into the building, which we were really grateful for, and we ended up talking to them for like a whole 2 hours, and they were not rude about it, they were not condescending, they were just so kind and genuinely willing to help, and being surrounded by that energy was really, really impactful for me. And seeing the type of kindness that people were willing to show to other girls that were even considering the school really made me open my eyes to what life would be like there, surrounded by people like that, and ultimately convinced me to attend. So those were all of the things I could think of off the top of my head, but I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope it was helpful to you. If it was, please make sure to like and subscribe. It means a lot to a small channel, and hopefully I'll be able to post more content about going to school at Smith. If you're a Smithy and you have anything to add, please do so in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you think about going to a women's school and why you chose it. Yeah. Thanks for watching and have a good day. I'll see you in the next video.